God bless you. God bless you on today. Bless Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And I just want you to know that God's got you and you got this. Mhm. I know as a mother myself, sometimes the journey can be real hard. The journey can be real hectic, but God's got you. And I want you to be encouraged to know that He has you. He built you for this. He built you to be a mother and a mother indeed. We all have our struggles as mothers. We all have our times as mothers. We all have our ups and our downs as mothers. But I want you to be encouraged. And I want you to know that God's got you and you got this. Yes, God's got you and you got this. Oh my God. I could think about the times, my first experience as becoming a mother when I was pregnant, and the first time I was pregnant and not understanding what my body was going through, not understanding what my emotions was going through, not understanding what was taking place. And I remember sitting up one night and I was in the front of the house in the chair and I was rocking and I was crying. And my husband said, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, "I don't know." But God's got you and you got this. I celebrate you on today. I celebrate the mothers that have gone through, the mothers that have stood strong, the mothers that's even struggling right now. I celebrate you. Some became mothers when they were not expecting to become mothers. Some became mothers out of their own control. But God's got you, and you got this. Some of us were mothering our siblings. Some of us was mothering other people's children. God's got you, and you got this. And some of us had placed our heart as to say, "I don't want to do this. I can't do this. I'm not understanding why." But God's got you, and you got this. He built you for it. He built you, mother, for this. He built you to be strong. He built you to endure. And I know we don't always want to be strong. We don't always want to be the one that bears, the one that goes through. It's because we cry, we hurt, we don't understand. Sometimes we want somebody just to bear it for us. But God's got you, and you got this. I want you to share this with some mothers that you know need to hear this. Some mothers that's children that are not with them right now and they want their children with them, especially mothers with grown children. And grown children don't understand that no matter how grown they get, you are still their mother and you still have that mothering heart. Now, maybe some of us don't feel like we're a nurturer, but pain causes you to be that way. Hurt causes you to be that way. Disappointment causes something happen in your life to make you feel like you can't mother. You're not a mother. Maybe you can't bear children, but you have that heart of a mother. And you're mothering children you did not bear. But God's got you, and you got this. So I want to encourage all of our mothers from Ambassadors of Integrity and Power Internet International Ministries. Bless Mother's Day. God's got you and you got this. There are some people who know how to mother naturally and spiritually. And no matter how you mother, there's really no rule book on how you do it, but the fact that your heart and your spirit and your mind have this nurturing about it that you cannot help but do it. God's got you. Yeah, and you got this. Because he saw fit for you to be in that position. He saw fit for you to be in that place. He saw fit for you. Now, there are many mothers that have lost their children. Their children have gone on before them. My heart goes out to you. No, I don't know what it's like to have a child to move on before me, but I thank God. That God presented that for me. Not saying it won't happen, but I thank God. But God's got you, and you got this. So I want you all to be encouraged, mothers, to stand strong, to continue to pray and cry if you have to cry. Get it out. Don't hold on to it because God's got you and you got this. So I just want to encourage you mothers to stand strong. I want to encourage you mothers to keep moving. I want to encourage you mothers to keep praying. I want to encourage you mothers to take out some time for yourself. Because God needs you to do that. He maketh me to lie down in green patches. God's got you and you got this. And so in this journey of motherhood, in this journey of being a mother, I want you to always remember that God's got you and you got this. I want you to remember that the assignment that he's placed on you is you can bear it. It's not more. You can bear this because God's got you and you got this. Because he's counting on you. He knows what he placed in you. He knows how he conditioned you. And just at your breaking point, know that he's carrying you. Just at the point where you think you can't take it no more, he's carrying you. I am a witness. Okay, God's got me. And I got this. Sometimes with tears in my eyes, I know that God's got me. And I got this. Sometimes not understanding the journey, but I know God's got me and I got this. Because as long as I keep my hands and my eyes on the Lord, I will look to the hill from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, knowing that God's got me because I got this. I just don't believe that God would allow me to become a mother or to be in that position. And I could not carry it, but he has been there. So I want to encourage you. And those of you that have lost your mother have gone on, know that you have a greater crowd of witnessing, just rooting for you as a mother to make it, as a mother to see it on through, as a mother. And sometimes I sit down and I think about the things that my mother did. And I said, I was not going to do that. And I'm not going to be like that. And I find myself doing that and being that as a mother. Because there's just certain things as a mother we all got in common. One thing I realized once my children became of age that there's a different handling of them as a mother. And you know how they're little and they're on your hands and they're all over the place and you want them. Oh man, if I had those days again, I would appreciate them. Because once your children get grown and they're out on their own, but they're not really out on their own, they're on your heart. because you can't do much with your hands when it comes to them. So God's got you, and you got this. But as long as they're small and they're in your house, I don't care if they're teenagers, God's got you, and you got this. God knew when he placed you in your mother's womb what you were going to be capable of as far as being a mother. So remember, God's got you, and you got this. And if nothing else don't work for you, know that prayer works. And when you have talked where you cannot talk no more, mothers pray. There was a book that Obed Stoney wrote that says the praying parent, prayers of a praying parent. And I began to read that book when my boys were smaller, but did not realize that I was going to need that book as they got older. Because God's got you. God bless you, woman of God. God bless you. And I didn't realize as my kids got older that I was going to need that same book. Because once they get older, it's only so much you can do. But remember, however God has ordained for you to mother, God's got you, and you got this. God allow you to experience that love of bearing children and bringing them forth. There was for a reason, because God's got you. And God knows you got this. He knows you got it. He would not have allowed you to walk into it. He allowed you to experience it. He allowed life to grow in you. He allowed you to push out life. He allowed you to cultivate that life as long as you had it, because God's got you, and you got this because of the grace of God that rests on your life. There's a grace to be a mother. Ooh, sometimes breaking down in tears, sometimes seem like they don't understand. And sometimes I really don't know if grown children understand unless they're mothering. But you know what I realized? They mother, every generation seem to mother differently. But God's got you, and you got this. I thank God because God graced me to be a mother. I watched my mother. And I'm almost sure some of the things I did, she would say, "Child, don't do it like that. Child, what you doing?" Huh? But God had my mother, and she did an awesome job, however her job went. There was things that we can say we can blame on our mother, but remember, they're a mother. You know what God told me? How can someone be mothered unless they was mothered? And some mothers was not mothered. So they're doing what they know. Are they doing the best that they can? But just know God's got them, and God's going to help them. But if you're a mother that loves with all your heart, God's got you, and you got this. You may be mothering other people's children, but God's got you, and you got this. I would never tell a child, if they're in trouble and they come to me, go to your mama. Because at that moment, that child is coming to me for that mothering. Now, I will not exert my authority over their mother. But in that way that I know to mother them without doing that, I'm going to mother them. Because that's me. And a real mother will know how to kick in. So I thank God. I think about Mary with Jesus and how she mothered him. She mothered him. They say she pondered so many things in her mind, knowing the journey of her son. She knew who he was. She was there. She watched him. even until the death of the cross. But God had her, and she had that. And it may have looked hard, and she cried. Oh, did she cry? But she knew what the journey is going to be. See, with us, we never know our children's journey, and we just live it day by day. I pray for my sons every day that God cover them in the blood. I pray for those that I mother, God cover them in the blood. But one thing I know, God's got me, and I got this. My prayer is that you remember those words and that you remember on this Mother's Day, whether your child is here with you or they're going on to God, that God's got you and you got this. Bless Mother's Day to all of the mothers on today. Continue to celebrate your day. Continue to enjoy your day. Continue to enjoy your children because they're there today and may be gone tomorrow. So each day appreciate them. And I know they get on your last nerves sometimes. Do I know? But God's got you. And mothers, you got this. Y'all be encouraged on today. Love on your children. Enjoy them on today. Because like I say, you may not know. They may not be here tomorrow. Pray for them. If they're speaking to you or not, pray for them. Love on them. Encourage them. You keep reaching when they stop reaching. You, as the mother, keep reaching. Because God's got you and you got this. Y'all be blessed. Bless Mother's Day, Mother, to all the mothers from Ambassadors of Integrity and Power International Ministries. Be blessed.